Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are returning, you know I am so excited at having you. My channel is growing and I am so thrilled to be building a community of people who love health and wellness on a mind, body, and soul level. So let's get into this video. So this video today is about my 5 top tips on maintaining a beautiful and healthy body. So my first tip, if you already know, you know, my channel is about my plant-based lifestyle. And so that is my first tip, is living a whole food plant-based lifestyle. And what that looks like for me is consuming plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds in their whole food plant form. Eating no processed foods, at least minimum, because there are some things that I do consume that may be out of a jar, like some sauces and things like that. But for the most part, my food consumption is whole food plants, and with an emphasis on a high raw diet. So I eat mainly raw fruits and vegetables, and then I have at least 2 to 3 cooked meals per week. And that is one of my tips for staying healthy and thriving in this beautiful body. So my tip number 2 would be mindset. Your mindset is everything when it comes to your body and your reality, period. A lot of us are not aware that our thoughts create our reality. And this body is a living, breathing entity made up of over 170 trillion cells. It is alive. It can hear you. It can feel you. So whenever you are speaking negatively to your body, you produce that. It's just the laws of the universe. So whatever you say to the body is what it is. If you say, I look ugly, then your body is going to manifest that. If you say, I'm fat, your body is going to continue to manifest that. If these are some things that you want to change about yourself, already see yourself in that state. See yourself with a beautiful, healthy, lean body. And then you work towards achieving those goals. But don't see yourself in the lack thereof. Don't see yourself as a fat person and speak to your body in that tone or that way, because that is what your body is going to continue to produce, even if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so mindset has been a big game changer in me achieving the body that I have, is to continue to think beautiful things about my body, to continue to speak to my body with love and respect, to be grateful for this body. Every day that I wake up, I am in such gratitude that my body is operating and functioning the way that it should. So gratitude for the body, loving the body, and speaking life over the body. All right, so that is my tip number 2. So my tip number 3 is going to be exercise. All right, so I don't do a lot of vigorous exercise anymore. I used to be a gym rat. I used to go to the gym 7 days a week, hardcore weights, aerobic exercise, and I was just crazy with it. I got burnt out and it just doesn't take all of that anymore. So exercise for me looks a little bit different on a daily basis. I go with how I feel. Some days I just want to go for a nice 3-mile walk. I'll walk for 3 miles and I'm okay with that. Some days I feel like Pilates. I love doing Pilates. It's gentle, it's easy, and I get in there. I will say this, it's not easy, but it's a lot less exertion for me than resistant weightlifting. So there's days that I just do Pilates. Then there's days that I just want to go in the gym, or I either want to work here at my home and I want to do some resistance training. I do try to incorporate all of these things on a weekly basis into my life, but I do it intuitively now. Instead of having a hardcore regimen of, I gotta go to the gym 4 days a week, I gotta work this body part, that body part, I just listen to my body and the needs of my body, and I do it intuitively. Sometimes I do 2 workouts a day. I'll wake up in the morning and I may do Pilates, and in the afternoon I may do some resistance training. It just all depends on what I desire. But I do move my body on a daily basis. I am very intentional about making sure that my body is moving, okay? So exercise is going to be my third tip. My fourth tip is going to be rest. Rest has been something that I've been prioritizing lately. I'm a night owl, and so there's times where I want to stay up 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning knowing that that alarm clock is going off at 6, and I'm not getting the proper rest that I need. And this has been something that I'm making a priority in my life over the past year. I've been making sure that when I get into bed that I'm not scrolling on my phone, I'm not looking at television, that I'm either reading or listening to a meditative affirmation or something that is going to help me relax and start to get the body ready for rest. And usually this does the trick for me. I'll have a nice cup of chamomile tea and I'll lay down and I'll listen to an audio book that is going to feed my mind something beautiful and positive through the night. And then usually within at least 10-15 minutes, I'm caught catching myself dozing off. So I've been prioritizing rest. I feel good. I feel better when I wake up in the morning. I look better when I wake up in the morning. I look renewed. My body is repairing and regenerating. My digestive system is able to do its work when you're laying down and you're resting and you're going to sleep. And it is just overall good for the metabolic process of the whole body. Cells are regenerating and repairing, and that's what our body is. It's made up of cells. If you're not resting, you cannot regenerate, you cannot repair. So rest is a very high component for having a beautiful, thriving body, okay? So now that was my fourth one. So my fifth top tip, this is my top tip. You can take this tip to the bank and you can cash it, because I swear by this tip. And I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it has been a game changer in my health. And that is intermittent fasting. So what intermittent fasting looks like for me is at noon, I'll say 1 during the week, because during the week I'm working and I usually don't take my lunch until about 1 o'clock. I break my fast at 1 o'clock with a piece of fruit or a fruit bowl. Usually it's a piece of fruit or several pieces of fruit of the same kind. So like a mono-meal of papaya, or a mono-meal of mango, or a mono-meal of melons. And I break my fast when the sun is at the highest in the sky, which is around noon till 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock it could be the highest in the sky, but noon is when the sun really is at its peak. That is when your digestive system is fired up and is ready to break down. The acids are high in the stomach. It's ready to break down the food. So that is when I like to introduce food to my system, because it's ready, it's fueled, it's regenerated, it's done its repairing. And I like to do like a 16-8 window. Sometimes I do an 18 window. But usually what it looks like is I break my fast at 1, I have some fruit. 30 minutes later, if I'm filling up to some more fruit, I'll have more fruit. And I have that 1 to 6, 7 being the latest. So like a 6-hour window that I eat, okay? And generally it's fruit all the way until I get home around 5 o'clock. When I get home at 5, if I desire a cooked meal, I start preparing a plant-based cooked meal during that time. And I try to keep it, I've been simplifying my meals. So I've been just trying to keep it 1 to 2 things on my plate so that my body does not have to worry about breaking down all these things when the sun is going down and the digestive juices are starting to ease off. They're not going to be as high. The sun is starting to go down and it's time for the body to start to go to sleep. You can look up the circadian rhythm and do your own research about it. I do follow the circadian rhythm, at least I try. I don't always stay on track with the circadian rhythm, especially on the weekends. Sometimes that is my time where if we do a late dinner in the evening, I'll have dinner. You know, it may be 8, 9 o'clock, and I'll have a dinner if I go out with friends or family. So, but for the most part, I stick with the circadian rhythm and I stick with intermittent fasting. It is a powerhouse in helping you to remain youthful and beautiful skin. It helps the whole body repair. It keeps your metabolism reared up so you burn fat, and you also build muscle. So if you do a resistant training workout fasted in your fasted state, what they say is that the body releases a growth hormone that causes your muscles to be able to bulk up faster. Okay, not that we're trying to bulk, but it gives you that definition, that defining muscle tone that everyone wants. Okay, so intermittent fasting is something that I will do for the rest of my life, because that's how big of a deal that I believe intermittent fasting has changed my life. Intermittent fasting is also a way to heal the body. If you are going through any type of sickness or illness, fasting has been used for eons in healing, because you're allowing the body to take a rest and focus on whatever is attacking the body instead of focusing on digesting food. Okay, so if intermittent fasting is something that you're new to, start off small. Start off with, you already sleeping 8 hours or should be 8 hours at night, so you're getting you're fasting during that time. You will be able to count those hours as fasting, and then skip breakfast and just do a lunch and a dinner, and make sure that you cut your dinner off at a certain time, which would be with the circadian rhythm of the sun. Around 6:30 here, it's starting to get dark in Hawaii, so I am stopping my eating when the sun is starting to go down. And then try out and see how you feel. Maybe do that a few times a week instead of every day, and work yourself up to doing what feels right for you. But those are my 5 tips of maintaining a beautiful, healthy body. And all of those tips have been wonderful, and they have worked magic in my life. I'm in my 40s. I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s. I look better than I did when I was in my 20s. And it's just going to get better from here. And I'm so happy to be on this platform and sharing the benefits of this lifestyle. And I'm so happy to have all of you here tuning in. Once again, I will love to welcome all of the newcomers. Please, if this message, if my content resonates with you, please subscribe to my channel and give it my video a thumbs up, and comment down below what you think about these 5 tips that I've given you today. Share with me some of your tips that you incorporate in your life. And if you are returning, I'm so happy to have you. My channel is growing. I'm so excited about my channel and the community that we are building surrounding around health and wellness. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with love, and I will see you in the next channel, the next video. Bye.